Hey guys, it's me again, Kat. So today is Thursday and it is 1 week post-op. So if you're just joining us, I had lap band revisionary bariatric surgery in which they removed my lap band and performed RNY gastric bypass. So as of today, I am on the full liquids diet, which entails anything that you can drink through a straw without actually drinking through a straw. So all of my food is based on protein shakes, cream-based soups, milks, juices. I can have unsweetened applesauce provided it's very thin. Yeah, it's been really great. I have been super happy with the variety of food that I am able to eat now. I was getting super bored having only water and broth. It was the longest 4 days I can remember. However, I say that, but the first 2 days were kind of a blur as I was in the hospital and was just getting settled. So I've been really concentrating on my water intake, which is supposed to be at least 64 ounces a day, plus the meals that I'm supposed to have for a total of 96 ounces of fluids. In addition, today being day 7 post-op, I have started my multivitamin and supplement regimen, which I will be on for the rest of my life. I am currently taking the physician recommended bariatric vitamins from Berry Active. So that consists of a multivitamin with iron, as well as a calcium supplement with D3 and magnesium, and a once weekly nasal spray of vitamin B. So when I was preparing for my surgery, I searched YouTube to try and find videos about what to do in order to prepare for the liquid diet portion of lap band revisionary RNY gastric bypass surgery. And I didn't really find much that I thought this is what I need to see. So I did want to just show some things that have been absolute necessities for me during this time. The first thing is a small measuring cup. This one only goes up to 5 ounces and it's by Anchor. I got it off Amazon. It was super inexpensive, but I use it constantly. Another thing that I use all the time is my blender. I have a Ninja, so I just use the smoothie cups with the attachment to puree up and get any little bits of food that are left in my soups that I make. But this I would use to make smoothies with anyway, protein shakes, anything. This is an absolute lifesaver. After you blend it, you're gonna have to strain it during this time frame. So I did pick up one of these small sieves that it came in a set of 3, so there's 3 different sizes, graduating in size, but this has been great. It takes a little time, but you just kind of strain your soups out and you dump out anything that's left in the mesh and you're good to go. And then last but not least was something that I already had on hand, but it's gonna be necessity forever and ever, at least for the next little bit while I'm actually weighing out my foods, but you definitely need a food scale. In the beginning, I was having clear liquids. So I was eating my sugar-free Jellos and I was having a lot of bone broth. I picked this up from Thrive Market. They have a great variety. It's really awesome. This whole bag has 20 grams of protein in it and it is 16 ounces. So it makes about 5 grams of protein, excuse me, per serving for me at the time, which was about 4 ounces. But it's also good to have during the full liquid phase because you can use it to thin out soups and whatnot to make them drinkable in a great way. Additionally, you gotta have your zero sugar electrolyte drinks. We just happened to be at Target and they were sold out of Powerade. So we just picked up a couple of the Gatorade Zeros. You do have to make sure that they are the zero sugar ones, so that way you're able to replace your electrolytes, because one of the biggest reasons that bariatric patients get rehospitalized after surgery is for dehydration. So it's always important to get your electrolyte drinks in. So after I finished the clears and I started onto the liquids, the first thing I did was actually have a protein shake. And prior to surgery, I was on a pre-op diet where all I could have were protein shakes, 5 to 6 of them a day, plus my water intake. But after drinking only broth for 4 days with water and Gatorade, which I did find Gatorade to be super sweet, and same with Jello to be super sweet, so I haven't really drank much of those. I did go back to the premium proteins. I like them. I haven't had any problems with them. I don't find them very sweet. Some of them I do, but it's to each their own personal preference. But I do really like this one. It is really yummy to me. This is based on oats, so it only has 20 grams, but the ones that are not, that are just the regular ones, have 30 grams. So I will drink half for a meal, and then later on in the day I'll drink the other half. So I'll still get my protein, full protein for the whole container with this. So at that point I was like, well, I'm not just gonna drink protein. It's protein shakes all day. I want variety. Like, I need my sweets and my savory. So I searched online and I did find a nutritionist from a clinic in Ohio. I'll put the link to their video in the description below. And they gave an awesome recipe for a high protein cream soup. And they suggested using a 98% fat-free cream of chicken soup. And to that they added, I wanna say it was 1/4 cup or 1/2 cup of ricotta cheese from the part skim. And to that they also added Carnation non-fat dairy milk powder as well. So because this soup on its own only has 2 grams of protein, and as a bariatric patient you are supposed to have 60 grams of protein a day. So the recipe that they gave, they stated it made 2 servings, but I was able to get mine down into 3 servings. But I just thought that this hack was such a great idea, and I thought more people needed to know about it. So you can use any cream soup you want. You just have to make sure that it's the 98% fat free. And then you just add your ricotta cheese, your non-fat powdered milk, and then you also add fat-free milk. I happen to use the Fairlife lactose-free, which on its own also has 13 grams of protein per serving. So you use a cup of this, 2 tablespoons of this, and I wanna say it was either 1/4 cup, I wanna say it was 1/4 cup of the ricotta cheese and the soup. Mix it up in your blender, and then you strain it, and it is super delicious. And that has been so awesome. I'm switching out the soup this time around, but it ends up making a good couple of servings. So you're totally set. But I'm gonna switch it out for like cream of mushroom. I've got cream of celery, as well as you could use a broccoli and cheese, I'm sure. Any of that stuff really works. But for me, I think something that, to be prepared, you really should have ricotta cheese, part skim ricotta cheese, and non-fat powdered milk in your refrigerator and in your pantry for when you get home for the liquid phase. Also non-fat milk or skim milk. You can use soy milk, almond milk, any kind of milk that you want. And another option for another savory is a black bean vegetable soup. So 1 cup of this has 9 grams of protein in it, and it's a little higher in carbs because of the fact that it's beans, but I feel like in this phase, we're just trying to heal ourselves and get ourselves in a better place. But to thin it out, to use a bone broth, that's gonna increase your protein as well as dilute it down, so it's not gonna be as strong. And I wouldn't eat the whole thing. I would only eat maybe 6 ounce servings of this. But I can also just make it for my family, get my 6 ounce portion out, blend it up. They can have theirs chunky or however they want it, and I can still have mine, and we're still eating as a family. And then there's also these bone broth soups, which are like cream-based soups, but they are higher in protein. This one, for instance, has 2 servings in it, and it each is a cup, but it has 8 grams of protein per serving. So I think that's a great option. And these are just some of the things that I'll be eating during the liquid phase of my bariatric diet recovery, which I will be on for the next, I want to say until 21 days post-op, at which time I will be moving on to the next stage, which includes pureed foods and soft foods. So until then, I'll let you guys go. I completely forgot. So today, like I said before, is Thursday. It is exactly 1 week post-op. And I did get on the scale this morning, and from surgery last week to today, I am down 5 pounds. So my highest weight was 251. My surgery day weight was 235. And as of today, 7 days post-op, my weight is now 230 pounds.